Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I will show you who's in charge, but I can't show you straight on because we are on YouTube. But you can connect the dots if there are any dots to be connected. We have the European Union, which is very, very angry with the Russians, correct, for bombarding, attacking poor Ukrainians who are controlled by a clique of aliens. But they will not impose sanctions on, you're going to find out whom. Why? Because of the Germans' guilt. I don't think it's guilt anymore. I think it's stupidity at this point. All right, that would be one of the topics. The second one has to do with Hungary. I come from Romania, and in Romania there is a minority, Hungarian minority, about 4% if I remember correctly, or 6. No intended offense here or anything. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Nevertheless, so I got to know some Hungarians, obviously, and I don't pretend I speak in the name of all Hungarians, but from my not only my personal observation and my contact with them, but with stories, tradition, other pieces of information, other sources of information. The Hungarians are kind of like this. They are very much like the Serbs to a certain extent, which is they're ballsy. You want to have a Hungarian with you in the team. He's like an attack dog. If when you need him, you just send him over there and he's gonna get the job done. Especially when it's about getting involved in something cruel, let's put it this way. So we have the Hungarians are very stubborn. They have qualities, they have defects like everybody else, but here we have Peter Szijjártó, the Prime Minister of Hungary, whom I like very, very much, Foreign Minister. He says that Hungary will keep blocking Ukraine's EU memberships talks. Why? When the Hungarians are upset, they will show you and they will hurt you. And the Hungarians are about, what, 10 million people, I think? It's a small country, landlocked, not many resources, and the population is small. But nevertheless, what matters is the spirit. You can have a big dog with big potential. If the spirit is destroyed, like the United States of America, or lost, you can do whatever you want with that dog. But you have a little fucking dog, a little baboon dog over there, a chihuahua, very angry, he's gonna bite your ankle. But the big dog is gonna be like, Oh, so the Hungarians are like that chihuahua. Here they will bite your toe or your ankle. They can't get higher than that, your balls or anything. But nevertheless, so they said we are going to fight, which is we are going to protect our interests, our oil coming from Russia. You destroyed it on 3 occasions. We're going to hurt you. You can't blackmail us. That is an attack of our sovereignty. That is Hungary's position, and they will stick with it as long as the Americans allow them as well. Trump has some leverage over Mr. Orban, friendship, but I think Orban, most of all, he's Hungarian, and I think he works for the Hungarian people's interest. They like it or not, they being the guys in Brussels. And the last topic, EU, European Union, warmongers sabotaging Trump's Ukraine peace effort. This is from today, the 31st of August. I don't think that is a, how do you call it, surprise to anyone, or oh my god, but hey, let's see what this guy is saying. I think that's accurate. Accurate because their interest, and interest, when the interest own the political elites, then the political elites will do their wishes. In this case, the war in Ukraine must go on for the profiteers to profit even more on other people's misery and tragedy, countries destroyed and nations exterminated. That's what's going on. All right, let's start with the first article. Germany blocks European Union sanctions on Israel. So Germany The proposed measures won't impact Israel's military actions in Gaza. Foreign Minister Johann Wadephul has said. All right, Germany has blocked the European Commission's latest proposal to sanction Israel over the war in Gaza, the Foreign Minister of Germany says. All right, so what do you think, my friends? How do you call this? I call it treason. Now, isn't that double, triple standard? Remember, these guys are sanctioning Russians, like they're in the 19th round of sanctions against the Russians. Yeah, but Russians have no impact on Germany. The Germans, remember when the Hungarians, that's why I'm going to use the Hungarians in this video as well, when the Hungarians said that they will veto sanctions against Russia, do you know what some big dogs in Europe said, including the Germans? We're going to find ways to bypass, to ignore Hungary's veto. Remember, in the European Union, when European Union has to, as a bloc, as a union, which is, anyway, garbage in this case, when they want to implement, they come with a decision, foreign policy decision. It has to be unanimity. It has to be consensus 100%. If one country out of the European Union said no, then everything drops, unless they renegotiate, and you can't make them, then it doesn't go further than that. Well, the Hungarians exercised the law, the rule of the European Union, because the whatever the Hungarians were blocking was the globalist agenda. They said, we're going to bypass them, we're going to change the rule, we're going to make it a majority, we're not going to make it unanimity. And we're going to take care of them. And they tried with the pipeline, they tried with pressure, they tried with sanctions, they tried withholding money that I think Hungary should not accept. You should have to be self-sufficient to a certain extent. And they were all against Hungary. But here, Germany, I don't hear anything about anybody saying, you know what, let's bypass the Germans, okay, let's make them. Nobody. Why? Who's in charge? Remember, in the European Union, supposedly everybody's equal. That's what they are. One vote, one country, one nation. But it's not like that. Some people, some nations are more equal than others. Remember the Animal Farm of George Orwell? Exactly, that's the way it is over there. That's why, that's garbage. That's a tyranny under a cloak of democracy and freedom. Europe is destroyed by who you can't, or how should I put it? To find out who rules over you, you find out who you can't criticize, or something like that. You know, I'm paraphrasing. So if I can't criticize someone or some entity, that means that has power over me, because I can't do it. And as a free person with free speech in Europe, in the West, I should say what the fuck ever I want about anybody and criticize whomever I want. There are some special things over there. Therefore, you find out who rules over you. You don't believe me? Well, just go over there in Germany and say, oh, I have some questions about the Holocaust. You're fucked. Even if you say that, I have some questions. Not on if it occurred, but to, I don't know, the circumstances or the numbers. Even if you make the numbers bigger than the 6 million, you know what I mean? You're gonna be 5 years in jail, my friends. So that's free speech in Germany for you. Because of past what? I mean, if you go like this, nobody should talk ever on this planet. Who doesn't have sins should cast the first stone or rock. Remember your Savior Jesus Christ when he said that? When he showed up those guys trying to kill the Lady of the Night, Maria Magdalena? And he said, who in the crowd has no sins should cast the first rock? And they were like, moral. Nobody did anything, supposedly. The same here. If we are about to sanction our speech, or censor our speech, our own speech, because of that subject, what makes you about another nation? How about the gypsies? We're not going to talk about the gypsies anymore. I mean, they were fucked up, right? We're not talking about this minority or that group or that country. I mean, Germany has no room to talk. Great Britain has no room to talk about anybody. I mean, the British Empire, they fucked up too many people. They did some good things too, but so did the Germans. Anyway, that's the first one. And then you go here with this one. Russia Today. Brussels preparing for a long war, not peace. Peter Szijjártó said, the EU wants to spend tens of billions of euros on Ukraine's military, Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó has said. Remember, in any crime or potential crime or investigation, follow the money. or che bono? Who benefits? Clearly, follow the money. So who benefits out of this war? Don't give me the freedom and democracy. I think I already threw that in the outhouse. All right, it's right there with all the poop and shit. The freedom, and we're the free world and democracy and all this garbage for young people who don't know yet what's going on, or people who really just ignorant. That's what it is, or stupid, or maybe have a vested interest in keeping their mouth shut. So the interest is money, profits, and control, power. If you control the game, the rules of the game, and the game, you are in charge. You can't criticize me. You can't sanction me. You can sanction them, but not me. Why? Because I'm special, man. I'm better than you. Maybe I'm chosen a little bit here and there. All right. So yes, the European Union is preparing, and not only that, the globalist interests are preparing the West to pump money and work to pay money back to the interest using the Ukrainian blood. That's what it is. They try to destroy Russia. It's too late. I made a video earlier today. Putin is right now in China. He met Xi Jinping. Modi of the Prime Minister of India is also over there. Met his Chinese counterpart, which is Prime Minister and President, whatever you want to call it, but the leaders, Xi Jinping of China. Those guys are warming up. What exactly? Let me warm you up a little bit, baby. Don't bring the champagne. Anyway, so these guys lost. They lost, and in their stupidity, they cannot get out of the whirlpool. They cannot get out of it. And that's very bad. I don't know if that happened to you in your life, but it happened to me at one point. I mean, a few times. You are immersed in so many things in the same time. And you work for this, you do this, you're engaged in that, and then after a while, you might miss other big, important things that are around you, like your parents, like friendships. You know, things that really matter more than a Mercedes or a Bentley or I don't know, whatever you might like to have or have. And then you miss, you toil and you do and you get involved in these battles, which are necessary, part of the life. But you miss something even bigger than that. And that's the human-to-human relationship. That after you get older, you don't look at, oh man, I own this, you look at, oh, I would like to speak with this person. It's something else. Where is that person? Dead. Too late. So anyway, the same here, my friends. There are certain things that you get into this whirlpool and you miss the big picture. These are the Europeans. The Europeans, the Western countries, are made. It's not because they want, they're made. Their interests who made them, with the mass media, politicians, a little bit of Hollywood here and there, and they are made to destroy themselves, to be immersed in this little Ukraine shit when actually their children are right here. And their children will inherit what? Based on the Ukraine war. A war's life. Is that what you want? So fuck that shit over there and, make sure you plan for your children or for yourself, for your parents, for the next generations. Europe is going down, and that's Ukraine. Ukraine is bankrupting these countries, but enriching very much a few interests. All right, next one. This comes from New Voice of Ukraine. Siarto says Hungary will keep blocking Ukraine's EU membership talks. This is Siarto right there. Yeah, they will do that. Let me tell you a little story. It happened to me last year, and I met a woman, and she was Hungarian. And when I was talking to her, we talked about Siarto, obviously. And she said that, oh, Siarto, no, I don't like Siarto. I said, why? I was not like, why you don't like Siarto? It was decent conversation. It was nothing like that. And I said, what's wrong with Siarto? And she said, well, he dresses only with Armani and with this and that, his suits and so on. So I said, so what's wrong with that? Well, he's too clear-cut, he's too, I shouldn't say snob, but too well-dressed and all. I said, so you want him to be a slob, showing up like a baboon? Dressed, stinky, with a hair like that, or so on? And Every time you see this guy, and I'm going to show you, every time you see this guy right here, you will see, look at his tie. That's an expensive tie, I can tell you from here. His suits are well, look at that, how do you call it, button shirt. Believe me, I know things about button shirts. So he's a guy who likes, look at his haircut, 100% clean, glasses. This guy is a civilized, self-respected person, and that also demands respect. Right here, this is another one. Look over there. I mean, I can't zoom bigger than that, but he is well dressed. My point is this. She did not like the foreign minister of Hungary, not for what he said or how he fights for his interest or the country. No. That was not why he was over there in her brain. In her brain, she looked, I don't like him because he's too good looking or too good, That's not why he's over there. It's like you have a football player. Nowadays, we give a football player yellow cards for, grabbing their cocks or spitting. That's not why they are over there. You give them for breaking the rules of the game. Oh my God, you can't show any, you can take your shirt off when you score. Oh, yellow card. What is this, police? Yes, it is. Now, they even give yellow cards to they call them nowadays managers, but they're coaches of the football teams. When those guys are protesting on the sidelines, they go in and give them yellow card or red for talking. What the fuck is this? The same with this guy. You look at not at the substance, but you look at the rapping. The same. I met many women who liked Bill Clinton very much, the former president. In their eyes, he was a good-looking guy. That's why they voted for him. That's why. I mean, the same could be true for men as well. But nevertheless, that's idiotic. So Peter Sciarto, fantastic. I like him very much. And let me show you the last article. Russia Today, the 31st of August, 2025. European Union warmongers sabotaging Trump's Ukraine peace efforts. Putin envoy. Well, you can say, well, this is a bad guy and all that, and Dmitriev, Zappa. But is it true? Again, is it true? Doesn't matter who says it. Is it true? Do I learn anything from this? It doesn't matter if it's my enemy says that. I look at it, if it's true, thank you very much. The same here. Don't go, oh, this is the bad dude, don't listen to him. This is a kindergarten level attitude promoted by the media, and not only in the United States of America, mainly. And it works with shallow people. Oh, he's a bad dude, don't listen to him. Oh, look at his long nose. Oh, I know, he's got he's arrogant or something. Is that why he's over there? Like right now, oh, I don't listen to Emil because Emil curses. Fuck you. Is that why you're here? Or I see some comments, you mispronounce something. Is that all you got out of this? Don't come here again. Go to Ben Shapiro. He's gonna speak very well and very fast, faster than I am. But he's gonna tell the truth. Go and check, verify, always. So again, here, don't go to the, oh my God, you mongers, warmongers. And that's true. Why? Because the warmongers are owned by interest. That's the whole point here. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.